What's going on, you guys? Draven Games MTG back with another video and deck tech. Today we are playing Boros Control for Standard. So let's quickly go through some of the cards in this deck. I was very excited to build this deck, pulled some really cool stuff recently, and I'd like to share it with you guys. So to start, we have one Elspeth Smite, we have two Cooped Up, one Destroy Evil, two the Petrify, we have three of the Lightning Strike. Now, I just recently pulled this card. So this card is Form a Posse. This gives some really good leverage when you board wipe your opponents and play a sorcery like this. You know, these types of sorceries I absolutely love. You know, as it can really give you, again, the leverage that you need to win against your opponents, you know, when you're playing control. I also have Banishing Light. So I have 4 the Makeshift Binding. You guys, I really like this card because, you know, it allows you to exile a creature and you gain 2 life off this card. Really good value. And what's even better value is trapped in the screen. So I have 4 of these. And what I really like about this, it gives you an option on exiling an artifact, creature, or enchantment. And it has Ward for 2. So this recently came out in Duskmourn. If you guys have this card, definitely play this in, you know, whatever deck you're using that it fits in, because I'll tell you what, for a common, this card is really good. I have Enduring Innocence, 1 copy of this. I just recently pulled Unidentified Hovership. Now, this card I really like for an artifact vehicle. It takes out a lot, and you can crew it for 1. So, you know, there's great value with this card. So it also exiles up to target creature with toughness 5 or less. So that's even better. And one of my favorite artifacts so far in Standard, Urabrass Forge. This card I added in. Unfortunately, I only have 1 copy, but with multiple copies, this card can get out of control really quick. You know, when you're ramping up the counters on this card, it's very powerful. I love playing this card in control. I also have Nahiri's Warcrafting. Now, one of the board wipes I pulled a while ago, No Witnesses. This card it's still good. I am trying to pull some of the newest board wipes because I feel like it would be way more efficient for this deck. And I've noticed a lot of the aggro decks, you know, in Standard have gotten so much faster. So those newest board wipes I am looking for to wipe the board, you know, at least by turn 3. And what I pulled just recently, I'm very excited about, Jaya, Fire Negotiator. She is really good in a deck like this, mid-range control. She is mainly like the mid-range type decks is, you know, really, you know, I mean, even if you were to play her, you know, in aggro, she'd probably be pretty, you know, pretty good as well. But mid-range and control, definitely, you know, she's definitely, you know, one of your go-tos for red out of the Planeswalkers. She's still really good. So I also have Expel the Interlopers. Really good board wipe that I recently pulled. Unstable Glyph Bridge. You know, since I do have the artifact in the deck, which is Unidentified Hovership, it's now easy. It's actually very doable now to craft with artifact to flip Unstable Glyph Bridge into Sand Swirl Wanderglyph. When it becomes the Wanderglyph, this card actually is good because when your opponent casts a spell, they can't attack you or any planeswalkers you control for that turn. So I have played with this card, you know, flipped. It is really good. I do have, 1 Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. This is a really great creature to have as well. I have Chandra Hope's Beacon. And 2 of the newer cards in Duskmourn, Overlord of the Boiler Bilgs. This card is really good. Whether you're impending it or you're just hard casting this spell, when it enters or attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target. It's a 5/5 for 6. enchantment creature, this card is really good. I would say one of the more downsides of it is the fact that it's an enchantment creature. It has, the tendency to be taken off the field much easier compared to it just being a regular creature. But the good thing is it's not a legendary, so you could play multiple copies of this as far as I'm concerned. And I recently pulled 2, which is really good. So this card in this kind of deck, I would say, is definitely of great value. I added in Dollmaker's Shop and Porcelain Gallery, the new enchantment rooms in Duskmourn. So I'm going to see how this works, how it goes. I do have this particular card in mono white that I'm playing, so I don't know if it's going to work well in this particular deck, but we're going to try it out. And so this card I really like. For a common, Glassworks and Shattered Yard, this card is really good. On the one side, you're dealing 4 damage to a target creature an opponent controls. On the other side, you're dealing 1 damage to each opponent, at the beginning of your end step. So in multiple copies, this card is great. And we are running the lands, 10 plains, 10 mountains, Braided Bluffs, 2 of them, Inspiring Vantage, Windscarred Crag, 2 of them. Okay, so we have 2 of those. And in the sideboard, we have a Dust Animus, we have High Noon, we have, which I really do like this card, Sunder the Gateway. For a common, it's great. 2 a Braid. We have Anointed Peacekeeper. We have Resplendent Angel. We have Requisition. I can't even pronounce it, guys. Requisition Raid. That's it. Okay. Unwanted Remake. So this card it's for turn 1, destroy target creature. It's not bad. I mean, your opponent does get to Manifest Dread, so they get the 2/2 face down. So I added in Dawn's Truce, just see how that works. Pyroclasm. We've returned the favor. I did add in a War Leader's Call, just, when I'm plussing Jaya, or I'm, attacking with other creatures, maybe from, Dollmaker's Shop, to pump, these creatures up a little bit, is definitely good. Unfortunately, I have 1 copy of it, but that's okay. And then we have one of my favorite dragon creatures so far in the standard format, Bonehorde Dracosaur. This card is nuts. So with that being said, let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so we are going to be doing best of 3. Alright, so just waiting on our opponent. Okay, so we get to choose. We're going to be on the play. Okay, so with this hand, I'm going to keep 7. We have... So right now, I believe I'm running 25 lands. So you have your traditional, tap land, mountain. So we have, we have a good... I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's an okay land to non-land ratio. Land to non-land permanent ratio. So we're going to try this and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to play the bluffs, deal 1 damage to them. Okay, so we drew our 3rd land. That's actually really good. So we have nothing going on right now, so we're going to pass the turn. So they play Epiphany, they scry. Okay, so we're playing our third land. And we have nothing else going on. But we do have a handful of decent stuff. So I kind of feel like we might be playing another controller mid-range deck. They're probably playing like Izzet. And I noticed, guys, there's a lot of cool reprints in the new set. A lot of cool reprints for Foundations. Okay, so we still really don't have much going on. They haven't really made a move where we have to react to it yet.
I came to talk, but if you'd rather fight, bring it on. Taught them everything they know.
Okay, so we have the Warcrafting in hand, and that's funny that they play Jaya. So we're gonna deal the 5 to it. The Prowess token.
All right, I'm done.
The Prowess token I'm not worried about. But if it wasn't for Warcrafting, I don't know how we were going to be able to deal with Jaya. Okay, so they're playing Iconoclast. That card we do have to deal with. So I think we have enough to be able to use the Elspeth Smite just on the token. But we do have to deal with the Iconoclast because that can get out of control. Just as you guys can see. So I'm going to use a makeshift binding on it. We do need to draw more mana. That's what we do need. So I'm glad that we took the Iconoclast. Okay, so they have another one. So you guys, Iconoclast, it's similar to, I'm blanking, say I blank out on names. Hopefully they don't counter this. Because they may have a counter spell in hand. And who knows, they might be running multiple copies of Iconoclast. Iconoclast is really good. But we need more mana. Alright, I feel like we could use Cooped Up, so hopefully we don't get countered. If they do play a counter spell, we could cast another spell. Okay, so we are at 5 lands. Alright, they're playing another Drake. So I'm not worried about these 2 tokens. What I am worried about is them just ramping or building up the board. Because them, you know, being able to restabilize the board is a big deal. Okay, so they have a lot of the thing twice. So the one thing that I don't really like in particular is 2 for 1-ing myself. Like, that's just annoying. You know, I mean, we're not playing blue in our deck. So I'd hate to have to like 2 for 1 myself, especially on a creature. But you know, you do whatever you have to do in order to stop the threat from coming through. So. Okay, so we did pull Glassworks and Shattered Yard. So, with that being said, I'm going to cast Glassworks, targeting Malek, Reforged Researcher. Again, hopefully they don't have any counter spells, because I really would like to slam this down. So we have to draw 1 more land so we can slam down Chandra. Okay, so they're playing Ill-Time Explosion. That's actually a really good card on their end. Yeah, they're looking for the hand advantage. So I'm still unsure of how their entire deck actually works. Like, I have an idea. It's the slightest idea. Okay, so we have another Makeshift Binding. Alright, since we haven't pulled a 6th land, I'm gonna unlock Shattered Yard. Because we don't really have anything going on right now. So for right now, I'm not that worried about these artifact tokens that they have, that they're, you know, paying us for 1 each. I'm more worried about their hand advantage. Okay, so we did pull Enduring Innocence. You know what? I'm gonna play Innocence. Let's see what they do. You know, it would be actually good as a decoy to see what they do. So they're playing Mentor, has haste and prowess. Okay, so this returns as an enchantment. Okay, so we did pull Jaya. They're actually all tapped out, so now would actually be a good time to... I'm going to play Expel the Interlopers. Choose 1 to wipe the board. Because maybe that can give me some leverage so I could slam Jaya down on the field.
You all have a part to play in this.
So they're playing Jace Reawakened.
Let me think for a moment.
Now they're playing Jace Perfected Mind.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. We can improve upon your ideas.
Alright, guys, we have to take out the Jace. I feel like somewhere they may have counterspells, but I'm not really sure.
You know what's happened to all my enemies? They're toast. Get out there and blaze a path.
Okay, so we drew unidentified hover ship. They're playing Iconoclast, so we have to deal with that and very quick. So that's haste and prowess. We might have to use our prowess token as a chump blocker.
Heal.
Yeah, because I don't want to lose. I don't want to take any more damage. So as I was telling you guys before, this is why I need more board wipes for turn 3. Because Iconoclast can get out of control very quickly. I mean, very quickly. Okay, so we pulled the Banishing Light, but I do feel like we should Glyph Bridge.
Taught them everything they know.
Alright, so we have 7 cards in hand. We need a 6 land for Chandra. So, but I also don't want them to draw any, burn spells that could, burn us out of the game, so...
I'll find what I need soon.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
Okay, so... They played Cacophony. And they're going at Jaya with the soldier token.
That all you got?
I'm kind of surprised they did that, because Slick Sequence, you could deal damage to any target. I was kind of surprised that they took out our prowess token. Okay, so we finally pulled our 6th land. Now, we do have to make some things happen here, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to plus Jaya.
The experience will do you good.
So now I'm going to... I need to Banishing Light the Jace. And I need to take out their...
A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan.
Their, the Violent Cacophony. So I'm going to play... Actually, you know what? I'm going to play the Makeshift Binding. We need to gain a little bit of life. So I don't know how well that can hold us up, but if we can survive next turn, slam down the Chandra, hopefully they don't... Like I said, I don't know if they have any counter spells at all.
Out with the old.
So they're plussing the Jace, Reawakened. Alright, so they're playing Apprentice Sorcerer. Another Jace coming in.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always lose. Heal.
Everything will be revealed in due time.
Okay, so they're playing another Jace. They have no cards in hand, so we can block this. Okay, so we are doing great with lands. I'm going to play Makeshift Binding since they have no cards in hand. So let's see. I'm gonna create another token. Now
You're no match for my students.
Let's see. We just pulled Lightning Strike. That actually is a good, definitely a good draw. They can plus Jace on our prowess token. So let's end the turn and see where that goes. I mean, we still have Shattered Yard working for us. Okay, so they are looking for the hand advantage. They can flashback it. Think twice. Okay, Iconoclast. So okay, so since they played these two this turn, they're going to probably try to swing in with that one. They have one card in hand.
Your hope is wasted. You cannot win.
Okay, so they, as far as I know, they can only have one of these Jaces on the field. It's a legendary. So we could just Banishing Light the Jace. I don't know why they even did that. That's actually very strange. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some stuff happen right now. That deals damage. I know that creates tokens.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Alright, so they gain some hand advantage from that. Alright, so far, you guys, this is a very... this is a pretty intense game that we're playing. But they are gaining a lot of tokens, and I'm not sure if we can... I'm not sure if we could really stop this right now, so...
Get out there and blaze a path!
We have to banish and light the Jace. And we have to do Trapped in the Screen. We have to cast that on Iconoclast. So, you know what? Let's try to attack. I mean, we're at 7 life. I don't know how this is going to go over, if they're going to even block. They may not block. Do one attacker. Maybe I should have aimed it at the Jace. It's just they have 3 cards in hand, so for every time they cast a creature spell, we have to react to it. Okay, so they can copy with this enchantment an instant or sorcery spell.
Finally, the progress I've been working towards.
So if they have a burn spell in hand, that may not be good. Because it looks... Okay, so they have 2 flyers. Well, that's weird. One just disappeared. Alright. Alright guys, it's a little frustrating right now because I'm really trying to three, four, 5. So we have to take 5. I'm really trying to get the Chandra on the field.
Go on. Impress me.
Alright, let's start out with the hover ship, because I know I can take this out. Let's lightning strike this. And I'm trying to think. What else is there? Should we play I feel like we shouldn't play the Trapped in the Screen. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sneak in one attack on them. So this game, guys, is really intense. So depending on what they pulled, you know, we're at 2 life, they're at 4, and they're looking for that hand advantage.
I'll find what I need soon.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always
All right,
lose.
so they're opting to mill us.
We
They
can
actually took-
improve upon your ideas.
Oh, they took Dragonhawk. All right. They gained a little bit of life. All right, so this has haste and prowess. So they get to sneak in 1 damage. I don't know what they have in hand. Okay, so that's... yeah, that's good. Okay, so going on to sideboarding. Let's see what we could do. I feel like Sunder the Gateway would probably be good, so let's try that. Enduring Innocence, I'm going to play Dust Animus. I think that's a really good pick. And alright, so I don't need that. Try Bonehorde Dracosaur. I feel like I don't need the War Leader's Call. I mean, that is more for aggro. So, yeah, I think we're good with this. Alright, so we'll be on the play. Okay, so I'll try this. I'll keep this. This hand looks keepable. Play the bluffs. Okay, and the turn. Okay, so they played a tap land. So, alright guys, we are making land drops. So I'm going to wait for Overlord. Just, you know, like I said, we're still in the beginning of this game. So, I mean, I could slam it down if I wanted to deal 4 to my opponent, but I'd rather take out some of their resources. Some of their creatures are pretty legit. So I'm gonna plot Dust Animus. Wait for our 5th land to come in. Alright, so they're playing 2 Iconoclasts at once. Okay, so the Glassworks is a really good draw, so we're gonna Glassworks, destroying the Iconoclast. We still have to draw our 5th land for Animus. Because if we can get Animus on the field as a 4/5 with lifelink, flying a lifelink, that would be great. So we just draw our 5th land, that's really good. So I'm going to play Animus. Like I said, hopefully they don't have any counter spells or anything like that. So far, they have not played any. I kind of want to play... I'm going to keep Sunder the Gateway. You know what? I'm going to... Impending... Wait, should I... Maybe I should wait. You know what? I could always play Shattered Yard. Yeah, I'm going to unlock that. Yeah, because I feel like I want to kind of wait for Overlord. I mean, we're also one land away from playing Chandra. And, you know, providing they can't take out Dust Animus right now, you know, depending on what they have, we have a really good creature on the field. So they are opting to attack. I am going to block. I'm going to take the risk of blocking. Now they're going to try to pump their creature up. So they do have counter spells. They do have counter spells in hand. Alright, so we're going to have to wait another turn. I gotta hold the Banishing Light, you guys, because I know that they do have the Jace, both Jaces in their deck, and Jaya for that matter. So I'm gonna have to use the Overlord now. I gotta get this Drake off the board. You know, it takes about, like, what, it's like 4 turns for this to animate itself onto the field. So, yep, there's Jace.
Kapask! Imasahak! The data requires scrutiny.
Okay, so I'm surprised they opted not to attack. You know what? I'm actually going to slam the Chandra down now because we have a flyer. I'm going to target it, target the Jace with Dust Animus, so we can get over the ground token, so I could save the Banishing Light. Hopefully they don't have a counterspell in hand, because they did have 3 steps ahead.
Plan? Fire doesn't need a plan.
Okay guys, so they conceded. So now we go to game 3. So I like everything that I have. I don't really feel the need to change anything, so yeah. I don't know. Do I want to try Unwanted Remake? I mean, it allows them to manifest dread, and we don't have the proper... You know, board. We don't have the board wipes to deal with that. I don't know. I mean, I feel content, so I'm going to try it. So we're in game 3. Okay, so we do have Animus. I'm going to try it. We're going to be on the draw. You know, I feel pretty confident about this deck, you guys. Okay, so we drew our 3rd land. I'm going to strike the Iconoclast. Okay, so I feel confident, guys. Like, I feel like, you know, we have an okay setup. We just have to keep making the land drops. So I had kind of anticipated they were going to play another Iconoclast, so I'm going to trap it in the screen. We do have, you know, next turn we could get Dracosaur out, providing they don't have a counterspell in hand. I kind of want them to play a creature like this. So now, okay, so... So hopefully Dracosaur can give us some leverage for the field.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
Yeah, so I figured they were probably gonna minus.
You can be made to obey.
Okay, so we can makeshift binding on their Drake, gain a little bit of life. I kind of feel like plotting Animus now to cast it later.
Predictable and uninteresting.
Okay, so far we have a decent setup. It's just they have 3 cards in hand and we gotta see what they do. So they're going to keep
Our
minusing.
plans are beyond your comprehension.
So they slam down another Drake. Alright. Alright guys, our field right now is looking pretty legit. Their Drake is at a 0-4. I'm slamming down the Animus now. Okay, so I kind of, you know what? I think we may have enough. I'm going to impend this on the Drake. Because now it's a guarantee that I could take the Jace out.
You hesitate to accept the truth. I don't understand what went wrong.
Okay, so now we get our Dracosaur back at a 5-5 as of now. Okay, so they have a creature with haste and prowess. It's looking pretty good because we are gaining a lot of creatures right now. So I kind of feel like petrifying this. Just see what they do. Okay, so they negated it, so what I want to do is just attack with the Dracosaur and the Animus, because I want to save these 3 creatures. Okay guys, so we took the game. We took the game in 3. Good victory. Alright, so we took the whole round in 3 games. And so we got a little bit of prizes here. Okay, so we pulled, for the card, Not on My Watch, exile target attacking creature, that's cool. Gain some experience and some coins. And some more of, I guess, these experience points. 500 of them. Alright guys, so I just wanted to play a quick round. That is all for this video. This was Boros Control in Standard. Guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.